Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. I'm out this morning down the canal, as you can see. First light's just on 4:30. I'm out to do a little bit of waggler fishing this morning. Got a couple of hours before the sun gets up, high in the sky. I'm sure that'll kill the sport. I need to be home as well. Family day, things to do. So yeah, I've come to this stretch very close to home in the hope of winkling out a fish or two. Nice fish or two be good this morning. Not a particularly prolific stretch, but we can hopefully drop on a fish or two, as I say. Now, I've come down just below a lock. There's some fast water just to my left here, where the sluice runs around the lock, the sort of lock bypass. I fished here a couple of times in the last close season. One of the times we had a chub out of here. I've heard there was the odd chub about, so that would be nice to have a chub this morning. Fairly rare in these parts on the canal. But anything really, some nice roach in here as well, bream, hybrids, you never know. Worrying start though, about 100 metres down the canal there, just in an otter working. Although fortunately he had something in his mouth, so he clearly caught something that looked like a skimmer that he'd already caught. But yeah, he's working about 100 metres down there. Wasn't too bothered when he saw me. But hopefully he'll leave us in peace for a couple of hours. We can have a go here, and there's also a couple of more spots we can work our way up above the lock here, and have a go, should this not be any good. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Baits, I've got some bread, I've got half a pint of maggots and some mashed bread there with some Sensus 3000 gross gardons in it, just a little bit, just to take the edge off the colour and give it a little bit more flavour. Gear wise, I've got my Cadence CR10 14 foot match number 2. With an Abu 506 Mark II close face reel on there. I'll stick all the information on all this down in the description below. Anyway, that's enough waffle, isn't it? Let's get cracking. Alright, I think Mr. Otter's on his way up here. I don't know if you can see those rings down the canal there. Yes, he certainly is. Well, hopefully when he sees me he'll clear off. Didn't get up 4 o'clock in the morning to have a fight with an otter. Yeah, he's over there, look, on the left. So clearly that skimmer or whatever he caught wasn't enough for him. He didn't seem overly pleased to see me last time, so although he wasn't particularly scared, hopefully. He's now about 20 metres away. I can see the bubbles going across the canal. I would imagine he's going to pop up in front of us any minute. Figured this might be a decent spot to have a go at because he's here, look. See all the bubbles. Unbelievable. Big line of bubbles. There he's just come up. Just at the end of there. Oh, brilliant. This is my one spot I really wanted to fish this morning. Something's just topped over there. He's under that foliage over there now. He's gone off down there now. Hopefully the fish has settled down. I would imagine he spooked them all. We'll perhaps give it an hour here. By that time the sun will be getting up. We'll perhaps go and have a move. See if we can drop on anything else. But I was thinking this swim would be our best bet, but I'm not sure it will be now. Yeah, it's still along now, I can see all the ripples. Alright, getting a few signs now. Roach just dipped a couple of times. Well, we're getting some signs. That's good news. It's like there's something over the baited area. Probably struck a bit fast really. The float was just sort of doing this. May well have been just liners where there's fish down there. Aye, aye. And the fish has just rolled right over the top of where I just pulled my float out. Like a hybrid. Just try and mag it. There we go. That was a bite. Just a little dip on the float. And again. There we go. A fish. Took a while, but it's a fish. Oh, looks like it might be a roach. Oh, it is a roach. Oh, that is a roach. And that's the sort of thing we came for. Wow. Now, that's on its own made it worth getting up this morning. Wow. Well, guys, there we are. Handful of roach. That's made it worth getting up by itself. Wonderful. We won't keep him out, but we will keep him in the net down here, so he doesn't spook all his friends. That's absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's made it worth getting up. I don't think that's what I saw rolling. I think it was a hybrid that rolled. It's cracking. It's just that other bit of feed I put over there. Not had anything in this faster water where you perhaps think, I say faster water, it's barely moving, but it'd certainly be more oxygenated. But that certainly made it worth getting up. Catching roach like that from the canal. I mean, it's no monster, is it? But it's a cracking roach. It's taken an hour, although I guess not massively surprising as we were disturbed by that otter. Right, this float's just moving about a bit. I don't want it to when I'm fishing out there, so I'm just going to go on the lift method, just anchor it down. Just taking off a BB and put on an AA, so effectively the float is now overshotted by a BB. The AA will just sit on the bottom, and when a fish comes along, picks it up, the float should lift out of the water, or alternatively the fish will just grab it and swim off, in which case the float will just sail away. The good thing about the lift method is it anchors the bait in place, and also with a bit of bread flake, the shot's on the bottom, the bread flake's just sitting a little above it. It's fairly buoyant and it'll just be there. There's a toad down here. Oh, he's gone. Blimey, I've seen all the wildlife this morning. I do like fishing a lift method on Canal, just purely for that reason, because it anchors your bait in position. Well, it's not exactly prolific this morning. That's for sure. And that sun getting up as well, it's job to know what to do, really. Stick or twist. Stay here. We've seen signs of fish and add this roach. Or do we go and try and drop on some more fish? Not really sure what to do. Just had that little flurry of a sort of funny half bite and then bite straight afterwards. Made you think, was there just one fish down there? Aye, aye. That was a bite. I think that answers our question. Float shot out of the water. Perfect lift. Somehow managed to miss it. Yeah, there's definitely fish around, isn't there? Definitely. Although they are going rather crazy. Just wonder if they're spawning. It's just showing off the end of that. The cover there, look. Seems to be in it now. I'm wondering if these fish are spawning a bit. I'm thinking about it. I know they are and have been on other stretches. Alright. There we go. Feels like a roach as well. Well, looks like maggots are winning out today. Or is it a skimmer? Oh no, it is another nice roach. Oh, cracking. Well, was hoping perhaps he wasn't down there on his own, and he certainly wasn't. God, this one's a little bit smaller, but certainly very welcome. Wonderful. Wondering if the roach are getting a bit of a look in, because perhaps the bream are chasing each other around, as we've seen, splashing away, chasing each other around, doing a bit of spawning. I know bream do have quite a large range of temperature, water temperature where they spawn. Anything from 14 to 20 I was reading. And they are right in the edge. Look, there's another one over there now. So I'm wondering if they're doing a bit of spawning. The water's certainly within that temperature range. As I say, it's not a very warm morning, but when I'm handling these roach, they feel quite warm to the touch. It tells me the water's quite warm. I guess we could do the temperature, couldn't we, have interest? Not that it really matters from a fishing point of view at the moment. It's relatively warm. Well, it's certainly nice and warm. 18.3, that's settled at. So yes, quite possibly spawning. I'm sure these roach will have spawned already. I think roach spawn at about 14, 15 degrees. I'm sure they would have spawned. It's a spawning temperature of lots of fish. 18. We're almost at tench spawning temperature. This is about 20. I know carp spawn at about 18. So the carp could well be spawning. Not that there's too many carp in this canal, but they are around. I'm actually at Linear in a few days' time, going on Hunt's Corner. And I know that, been on their website the other day, I know they've got 4 lakes closed at the moment. B1 and B2, B2's half closed. Oxley's and St John's are all closed at the moment for spawning. Fortunately, not the lake I'm on with James. That was closed a few weeks ago for spawning. So hopefully they're done and dusted on there. But I'm going after the tench anyway, so hopefully the tench won't start spawning when we're there. Tench and bream we're after really. and some perhaps some roach, but you know, if we need to carp fish, we'll carp fish, but it would be nice to get in amongst the tench and the bream. What have we got here? Well, I saw a little bit of a thump on the float. Sort of plodding. Well, something on here. Trudging round. What on earth is this? Just saw a little bit of it, but oh, it's a tiny little zander. Well, little zander on maggots. We won't stress the roach out by putting him in there. Thought it was a little chub when I saw a flash of it, but tiny little zander. Beautiful condition. Of course, I'm not allowed to put these back in the canal, so shan't be showing that. Right, time for a move. We'll go and see what we can find. It may well be that we've had the best of the day, but it's worth a little explore, I think. We'll go and have a look a bit further up, see if we can see any signs of fish. Well guys, the world is waking up. Lots of runners, lots of dog walkers now. I've had a little bit of a wander, found some reeds, which are often good fish holding areas, aren't they? So we'll have a little go here for a few minutes. And we'll perhaps work our way back to our part of the car to see if we can pick up perhaps a bonus fish. Alright, a little bit of a dip on the float there. Looks like there's some fish around anyway. It's a good sign. I think you might as well get a bit comfy as we're getting a few indications. Don't really like standing skylining like that. There are a few trees behind, but skyline is not a great idea. We'll stay as covered as we can be. There we go, that's it. Well, that looked like a proper bite then. I'm going to go in and have a couple of maggots. I'm not getting any bites on maggots, and then when I go in on bread, I'm missing the bites. There we go, hooked up this time. What's this? God, it's going nuts. I would imagine it's hybrid. Absolutely crazy. I'll get it away from that area quickly. It's got to be a hybrid. The way it's fighting, it is hybrid. Cracking. Well, we finally hooked up. Yeah, it's more bream than roach, but it's certainly a hybrid. There we are. Covered in blossom. Definitely more bream than roach in that one, but there's definitely a bit of roach in there. We'll keep him down here so he doesn't spook his mates. See if we can winkle another one out. Nice bonus fish there. I've never been up this way before. Just thought it'd be worth coming for a bit of a wander. There's quite a lot of locks along here. It's just a case of dropping in between them. Just done that. I wonder if we've... No, we haven't. I was going to say, I wonder if we scared them all off, but we certainly haven't. The float just moved 3 inches to the side. Clouded over as well. Bonus. How have I missed that? Blimey, it's criminal. Should be locked up for missing that. Right. How? Oh my goodness me. I can only conclude these bites are all off little fish. That's off across the canal. It's just tearing off. The float's just tearing off across the canal, and I'm missing them. It must be smaller fish that can't get this bait in their mouths. Got a reasonable size bit of flake on, a size 14. I'm fishing fairly fine down for me. It's not a particularly big bit of flake. If I stick a maggot on, they just don't seem interested at all. See, that float's bobbing away. But like I say, they're just not interested in maggots. I've tried fishing maggot and just don't get a bite. Nothing till I put bread on. Tell you what we'll try, just out of interest. We'll put a very, very small hook on. Let's perhaps go 18 single maggot. See if we can connect with a fish, because I'd really like to know what it is that I'm getting bites off. You know, I wouldn't think it's small perch or anything like that, because we're fishing bread. And once again, go a maggot. Nothing. Can't buy a bite on maggot. Can't connect with anything on bread. It's very strange. There you go, put bread on, get bites straight away. Well, we've connected. Scaled down, and we've connected. Well, it was breamy. It's hybrid again. Oh, it's not, it's a roach. My goodness, that's a roach and a half. Oh. Wow, that's a roach. Well, that's about that for a roach. Perhaps it's these we've been getting bites from all along. Scaled down now, 18, tiny little bit of bread. Might catch some more. Fingers crossed. I certainly let that bite develop for quite a long time. Oh, amazed we catch some roach like that with the sun on the water. But yeah, I'm not going to go home just yet. There's fish like that about. Although this canal is starting to bounce. So I think there's some boats on the move. Gotcha. Shot under again. Oh, what's this? Feels decent weight. Probably a hybrid, I would think. God, right scrap. Gotta be a hybrid. It's gotta be a hybrid. It looks like a hybrid to me. For a minute there I thought it was a big roach. Or is it just a bream? I don't think it could be just a bream. Not going crazy like that. Oh, it does look very breamy though. Perhaps it is just a bream. There might be a touch of hybrid about it, but no, I think it is just a bream. Absolutely shot under that float. Blimey. I find it quite bizarre how I've scaled down and, you know, usually scale down to get more bites. I'm not getting more bites. In fact, I'm getting less bites. But I'm connecting with them. That was definitely a very different bite to the ones I've been getting. These sort of funny pulls and plucks, which clearly were roach. We had that roach. But that just, float just shot away. There's no messing at all. I'm a bit surprised we're still catching this late on in the day, but as I say, it has clouded over, which certainly helped. But I'm going to need to get going. Really need to get home by 9 at the latest. Otherwise I'm going to be in the doghouse. Well guys, that's it. Time to go home. It's gone very quiet this last sort of probably half an hour really since we had that bream. So yeah, time to make a move. Things to do. Let's get these fellas back. A cracking roach, that bream and that hybrid. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that this morning. It's been very enjoyable, I have to say. Caught, what did we have? 3 roach in the end, a bream and a hybrid. So fantastic, and some nice roach at that, which I was very, very happy about. Very pleased about that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, next time I'm out, I'm on Hunt's Corner in a few days' time with my friend James. Hopefully we can have some tension bream, some nice roach in there as well. So who knows, maybe even some carp. But tension bream really on the cards. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support, and I'll see you all again very soon.